It's Tech Lid, and we're bullish, baby. For those of you not familiar with the channel, we talk sports and we play bingo. In this video here, we're going to be talking about the sweet science. Or is it really the sweet science? Because as you can see, this is Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather Jr. rematch talk. Yes, I do not believe there is a rematch talk. Subscribe to the channel for those that haven't. Give a thumbs up to the video. Now let's get into this thing right here. An illustrious rematch between McGregor and Floyd is edging closer according to reports. Now check this out, guys. They got a whole thread for this stuff right here. So it's not just a tweet that I pulled out of thin air. This is from the Irish Daily Mirror. Legitimate source out there in Ireland, though. Not in the States, so take that as you will. But it is a legitimate source. McGregor and Mayweather shared the ring in 2017. Became the second highest selling pay-per-view of all time. Yada, yada, yada. Yes. As asinine and a horrible thing it was for Mayweather to face Conor McGregor in an actual professional fight, the fight was wildly successful and it was actually better than anticipated numbers-wise. It was the last greatest fight in terms of pay-per-view sales, I believe, in the streaming era. Right? Because fights were already being streamed, but that one was kind of that fight where people were like, I ain't taking no chances streaming it, getting no bootleg quality. Let's buy the pay-per-view. That's what went on that night. That's why it was the second highest selling pay-per-view, right? Reports indicated previously that the pair were holding talks over a potential sequel, with McGregor appearing to hint at a second fight on social media by posting, I accept. Okay, UFC president Dana White initially poured cold water on the talks, claiming that he is not interested in letting the UFC star return to face Floyd. However, a report from The Sun has now suggested that a rematch between the pair is very close to being made, and a source has suggested that the pair are now arguing over the potential fight rules. Now, if they're arguing over the fight rules, this could only suggest one thing. It is not going to be a traditional boxing match. Or perhaps are they trying to have special rules being thrown on top of it in a boxing match? Is it going to be a boxing match with UFC gloves? Are we talking going crazy here with bare knuckles? You know, one can only speculate all of that. But of course, I know Floyd wouldn't dare go bare knuckles. He has a history of hand problems. And for that matter, I don't think it matters. We will see the same result with or without bare knuckles, UFC gloves, whatever the case, if it is boxing. Now, right? Rules being discussed. If this is an octagon fight, right? Everything is completely different. Everything goes out the window. Big advantage, Conor McGregor. Or maybe we see a boxing match inside an octagon, right? So it will be very different because we could have a boxing match, right? Maybe a smaller octagon so that Mayweather won't have as much room to move around. You know, that way it could level up the playing field, because if you give Floyd Mayweather a huge octagon, forget it. Mayweather is never going to get clipped or caught by Conor McGregor. He will just dance circles on McGregor all night and make Conor look foolish. But maybe a smaller octagon, boxing gloves, right? It could be interesting because then you think about it, there will be no ropes. There could be punches being thrown against the cage. You know, it's just different. And you get to thinking that it could be a special kind of rematch. Look, me personally, I don't think there should be a rematch. I think that's done with. But everybody that saw the first fight we always knew the possibility would be real for a rematch. And even someone like myself who thought the first fight was an actual disgrace due to the professional record and having it being a professional boxing match, that was disgraceful because Conor McGregor is a novice, and we're talking about Floyd Mayweather, who was the elite of the elite. Now, if Conor McGregor was facing somebody with an 0-0 record, then yes, that would have been a legitimate fight that I would not have had a problem with. But it was a disgrace. But like I said, even that for me, if they do a rematch, I'm going to say what I'm going to say. Oh, the first fight was a disgrace, but at the end of the day, I am going to watch it. I am not a hypocrite, and I'm not going to say that I'm not going to watch it. I will be tuned in with the rest of the world, and that is just the Floyd Mayweather effect. That is what Floyd does, and that is what Conor did for the UFC. I don't think there has been a superstar in the UFC since Conor left. Of course, those MMA heads, if they hear what I'm saying, they will shout blasphemy. They will call me a casual for UFC, yada, yada, yada. I'm not a diehard UFC fan, but I'm definitely knowledgeable enough, and I have watched it enough throughout my lifetime. McGregor was your last superstar. Sorry to hear it. I know you guys don't want to hear it, but boxing always thrives. There's always new superstars. A source told The Sun Conor will only take the fight providing Floyd is willing to put his professional record on the line. So the fight will not be an exhibition. It will be an official fight. It will be at 155 pounds. That's what we know so far. It will be the last time Floyd ever steps in the ring, so it is not one to miss. The deal is very close to being done. Personal terms have been agreed on. Both parties, it will be the final showdown. And yes, records will be at stake. There is more to cover here, so if you're interested in reading more about this, tune in to the Irish Daily Mirror. That is the Twitter handle. Folks, I'm going to be out of here now. Just another reminder, subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comment section. Really, what do you think about Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor? What do you make of the rematch? I don't know, man. I got mixed feelings, but honestly, if this gets done, the whole world is going to be talking about this. And we're going to go through that whole circus all over again. And it's going to be prime time entertainment. Peace and love to the Tech Lid Legion.